Hi everybody, welcome to day 19. 19 is only 2 away from 21, so we're getting really close to hatch day. Hatch day should be Thursday, so that's really exciting, especially if you're living in this house right now. You know that last night I put the incubator on lockdown, so I also candled all of the eggs that were in there. We are down to 10 eggs that are in the incubator. I recandled all the eggs just to be sure. If you remember, I had told you that there were the 5 blue eggs that I wasn't quite sure about. So I recandled those last night, and I am 100% positive that they were not viable. They were never going to be chicks. I'm bummed that I missed that in the beginning when we candled at first, but with those darker eggshells like that, it's really hard to tell. I don't know why it was easier to tell this time, but I did take some pictures of those 5 eggs so you can see exactly what they looked like. We had one egg that for sure was no longer viable, and as unfortunate as that is, I will show you what that looked like. It's not gross or hard to look at or anything like that, but I do want to show you the difference. So you're going to see shortly here, you'll see what the eggs with our chicks in them look like, even though you can't really see much because they're very dark, if you remember from the candling videos that we did. They're dark because that chick is taking up so much space inside of the egg. So our one that was not viable, that didn't make it, you can only see a tiny dark spot because he really didn't develop. And then those blue eggs that were never chicks, you can see are still really light. It's actually kind of cool because you can see the yolk that's in there. So I'll show you those in just a few minutes. But today is day 19. This is what our chicks look like. And what's very important about today is that they're continuing to ingest the yolk sac. The yolk has to be totally ingested into them. It's like sucked up into their body miraculously, because it can't hatch until that process is done. So for the next today and tomorrow, that's the primary focus that chick is doing, is finishing getting all of that nourishment from the yolk. Again, we went on lockdown last night. I have some pictures to show you about how that went. I didn't have Mrs. Williams with me, and it was terrifying to move all of those eggs because you had to take the egg turner out. So I'll show you what they look like in there now, our 10 babies, and stay tuned for some pictures. This is a photo of what our viable chicks look like. You can see the air pocket at the top. If you look carefully, you'll see the blood vessels going down the side, and then that dark spot is the developing chick. This next one, unfortunately, is that not viable egg that I had to pull out. You can see he's pretty lit up too, with just that one dark spot towards the top. That small dark spot is our chick that just did not make it this time. This last egg is what all 5 of our blue eggs looked like. You can see that bright balloon look that it has. That darker spot at the top is where the yolk is, and then that really bright spot is where our egg white is. This is a picture of what our incubator looks like now. You can see that the egg turner has come out, and I've kind of laid the eggs around in like a circle. As we scroll down here towards the bottom, you can see like those droplets of water. That's because the humidity in there is so high. Just like when you take a shower or a bath and sometimes the mirror gets all fogged up, that's what the screen is doing inside of our incubator too, which is totally normal, and I expected that to happen. Really hopeful that it does not interfere with any of the chick hatching that we'll get to watch. So we will talk to you guys tomorrow on day 20.